to Sambhashane, Sambhashane web series from Samprabha. Uh, I think Dr. Thuppil Venkatesh must be knowing well about our organization. Kodara must have told you, sir.
Yes.
This is Samprabha. This is our Sports and Cultural Association of GST and Customs, sir. Uh, we are having a series of these things, sir, talks from different people from different spheres of life. Today you are joining us so to briefly tell about Thuppil Venkatesh.
No need,
Uh,
no,
so
no
he
need.
is
I will introduce the subject. That is more important. I am not important.
yeah, yeah. And others. So for information of our participants, sir. He's a scientist. He is an environmentalist. He is environmental protector. So he is from Bangalore. So more than anything, he is a Kannadiga, and we are very happy to have him here today. He is from Bangalore, and he has done uh, to tell you frankly. So some 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I think. So we were all thinking, we were all listening about this unleaded petrol. So the great this thing. So all those this thing that unleaded petrol. So it was a dream. It was already there in other countries where India didn't have that unleaded petrol. To tell briefly about unleaded petrol, of course, doctor will take over the thing and he will explain as well. So for the benefit of our participants, so this lead lead is added to petrol to increase its efficiency in the engine. So that knocking, of course, so he will explain us very well shortly. So this lead is not all good for environment. It is not good for humans also. So we know very well it creates a lot of problems. It is any part of the body, any system of the body, whether it is the neurology, neurological system, our kidney, our renal functions, our liver functions, our cardiovascular, anything. So this lead is affecting every part of the body. Particularly, children are more susceptible for this lead. So this it is not like other metals. So because it has got lesser boiling this thing melting point. So this is generally used in various industries. So this is creating a lot of environmental hazards also. So this lead, of course, because so some years ago when I was having my two-wheeler, which was running on two-stroke engine, so we used to say when they introduced unleaded petrol, so we were feeling its efficiency had come down. But today, of course, technology has improved. Today we have four-stroke engines, so which are meant for unleaded petrol. So today, if you use leaded petrol, so it will some problem will arise in pistons and in the cylinders. So lead in that way. So this is only tip of an iceberg. I'm telling you because so lead is widely used. It's widely used in industries, all industries. So this main this thing. So where we were exposed to the disadvantages or that hazards of lead so is through petrol, particularly petroleum products. So today, so Dr. Thuppil Venkatesh sir is with us. So he will explain us in detail. So how was the saga so to fight and to bring this unleaded petrol to us. So and he will also hope he'll speak on environmental protection. So how to get rid of this lead, etc. So without taking much time, so I request Thuppil Venkatesh to speak few words, sir. So over to you, sir. Venkatesh, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajanikanth. Thank you, my
Sure, sir.
dear members of Samprabha. You have really brought Samprabha today to me. Uh, you see, when we talk about anything, any subject, when we listen to any subject, will it make any difference in me after listening or after talking? Will it bring any change in me for better? This is a question I'm asking to myself and to all of you. After 1 hour, after 45 minutes, will it truly has some influence on me from tomorrow. See, I have taken the topic lead. As Rajanikanth was rightly mentioning, lead is number one environmental hazard all over the world. It is number one, I tell you. But we have not realized for a very long time. There are many reasons for that. From when did we start using lead? We don't know. Some say 8,000 years ago. In the city of Anatolia, there is a lead mine. There was a lead mine, but they keep on digging, taking lead out for various purposes. And today also that lead mine is in operation. 8,000 years it has been serving. City of Anatolia. I've been to that place. Friends, in the past, what was the understanding? What is the understanding today? What will happen tomorrow with regard to lead toxicity? I don't want to call it as lead toxicity, lead poisoning. Lead is a wonderful metal. It's a wonderful metal, I tell you. I love that metal. It comes from a ore. This it looks like this. It's galena. Galena is the ore. Even before the Western world understood this, in India, we knew that is lead. It was called a naga. Naga we don't mean snake. Snake is poisonous, it can kill us. They name this metal as naga. In some of the traditional medicine, they use naga bhasma. That is a powder form of lead. In the natural form, galena is powder used in some medicines under strict supervision. When the supervision is not there, I tell you, the we don't know what all can happen. You see, we are all emotional people. We get anger, we get depression. Sometimes we grow. No. People say, oh, what a glow on his face. Anxiety, he gets sad. Allah, status. How will it happen? What makes it happen? Some chemicals. These chemicals are made up of certain elements. All this happens in our life. There's a language in life. Please remember, there's a language for life. That language is alphabets. Like English has 26 alphabets. Kannada has 52 alphabets. This particular language of life has 118 alphabets. What are they? They are all elements in the periodic table. 118 elements. Each element makes us become angry or go into depression or may create anxiety, stress, things like that. Therefore, the alphabets of this language of elements and chemistry is the language. Lead comes into this. I will just take lead as one of the elements. This element, all elements has a role to play in health and disease, except lead, cadmium, mercury, arsenic. Some elements are in combination is very essential, like hydrogen and oxygen, you get water. This water is essential. 89% of your body is water. We have different composition, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, toxic. Look at this, the beauty of nature. These elements, in some form or the other, they are required by our system. This is a translational research, what we learn from the physics or chemistry or environment, we translate it into our day-to-day life situation. Now, I will straight away go to that. I will not go to this translation research now, because I would like to focus on who discovered that. Ancient Egyptians did they discover? Ancient Indians did they discover? But we have not documented in India. Is what not clear to you?
Sir, you have to come closer to the mic, sir, little.
I know Is my voice okay now? Still there's a problem?
Better, sir.
Uh, the, the ancient Egyptians, they recorded it, I tell you. In the Egyptian pyramids, mummies were stored or packed in lead chamber. They were using small sculpture. They were all lead compounds. Lead is found in Egyptian pottery and glazes. In China, lead was used to forge the coins as long as earlier 2000 BC. During our Vedic period, we know Indians were using Naga. Naga is lead. Who used lead, you know? It is Egyptians. Romans used. What happened when Romans were using lead? The image is gone. Am I visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Pardon? See, in the original tomb of Burrito, this is the chamber in the box in which body was made. This was made up of lead. You know, the name was made up of lead. And the body never decayed. The lead will never allow any organism to grow to decay the body. Some of the body was still fresh. When we come to historical aspects of lead, we know we have been using it for over 8,000, 6,000 years, and earliest recorded mine is around 6,500. These are 8,000 years ago. In the ancient city, I told you, Anatolia, what they found necklace made out of not gold or silver. The necklace was made out of lead, which were only men, not women. Lead was given so much of prominence. And why are we exposed to lead? It's easy to work with lead. It's soft metal. We can bend it and twist it and turn it. It has a low melting point. You can boil it at
Hello?
candle flame.
Hello.
Yes.
Kaushik, tell me.
Pardon?
Sir, voice is little unclear.
Ah,
Sir has to come near to the mic or maybe lift the laptop little.
okay.
Screen
Oh,
down.
okay. Okay, I will tell you.
Okay. I'm trying to
Okay.
see if I can put the voice in some other mode. Okay. Shall I
I think it's more of connectivity issue, internet related.
The problem is from my system now.
Sir, our technical team is advising to slightly lift your laptop, sir, nearer to your this thing, sir. It is at a low level, I think.
No. Maybe I may have to change.
So,
How is it now?
now it is better, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You know, when Romans, rich Roman, used to invite some VIPs like you for evening dinner or evening party. To some of them, he used to give freshly made plates of plumbum. Plumbum is lead. That's why we call plumbers who are coming to repair. This freshly made plates from lead, they were giving it to some rich people. For the rest of them, they used to apologize. I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you the plate made up of precious metal lead. However, I can give you silver and gold plate, which you can take it home. But those who are getting lead plates must return it. That was the importance given during Roman time. And Romans, where are the intellectual Romans today? They were all consuming lead in the fall through wine and food, and the intellectual abilities completely vanished. Therefore, they say, some historians say, lead poisoning plagued the Rome elite with diseases such as gout, and of course, the empire fell down. You see, these are artifacts which I collected: tablets, shards, pipes, ingots, jewelry. They were all made out of lead. Of course, the lead compounds are used. like white lead for piping, for tapping sheets, lead metal around roads, soldering, including in our own place of worship, temples. We build stone slabs, the molten lead is put, so that it remains shiny and clean. And of course, uh, there are many uh, misuse, abuse of lead all over the world. Of course, in churches, we have seen beautiful mural of colored glasses joined together with the help of lead. The rocks, plates, cutlery, they are all used. Interestingly, lead-based paint, lead-contaminated dust are the most common source of lead poisoning. And it has survived. In fact, I'm extremely happy the tetraethyl lead as an antidote, which you mentioned, was introduced 100 and almost in 1921. Uh, and leaded gasoline was banned for vehicles in US in 1975. In India, it was banned in 2000. The early 90s, the paint containing lead was recognized internationally as a major source of lead poisoning. And it is the children and women who suffered from lead toxicity. Now, availability and demand for lead in the past, present, and future. Today, we need a lot of lead. We need something like 100 million tons of lead all over the world. And in India, we require a huge quantity, almost 1/10 of that. I will skip some of this because China is on the top. India utilizes a lot of lead. Of course, more than 80% of lead goes into lead acid battery. We are all aware of that. Anyway, what happens to the remaining 20%? That is the most dangerous part of lead. We are using lead for many other activities. Therefore, there was no awareness since last 40 years. Some awareness has come about negative effects, negative health effect impact of lead. Many countries have banned numerous lead products, including the lead chromate, which we still continue to use to adulterate turmeric. Now, will we do that? Unleaded petrol into this country, unleaded gasoline into this country. Between 1995 to 2000, we collected from 23,000 people who are below 12 years, above 12 years, the lead level. We did it free of cost in 7 metros. And we found at all India level, 51.24% of children, almost 50% of children in 7 metros who are below 12 years. I don't know how many of your family members were below 12 years as on 2000, they had lead level unacceptable, about 10 microgram per deciliter. Microgram is 1,000th of a milligram. You can't even see milligram. Milligram is 1,000th of a gram. We may be able to see gram. 1 gram is 1,000 gram is 1 kilogram. 1,000 milligram is 1 gram. 1,000 microgram is a milligram. When you look at it, milligram, 1,000 microgram becomes a milligram. That microgram we cannot see. If there's only 10 microgram in 100 ml of blood, it reduces IQ. Now, today, we say if the lead content is only 2 microgram and above in 100 ml of blood, only 2 microgram, you know it can cause cancer. That is the danger of lead. What WHO says, it says average blood level in any community should not be more than 3 micrograms per 100 ml. How can we get in India average lead level is around 10-15 microgram per deciliter? Now, when it's about 10 microgram, children during the growth and developmental phase, their IQ is reduced because lead enters the fetus. Even before the baby is born, lead enters the fetus. There's no placental barrier. Pregnant lady will consume something which contains some small amount of lead. That lead goes into the fetus. Then in the fetus, there's no blood-brain barrier. The lead from the blood in the fetus goes to the brain and gets accumulated. It's one-way traffic. If you look at various cities like Delhi, Chennai, Calcutta, Bangalore, Mumbai, luckily in Bangalore, because we did not have much traffic, much vehicle, only 40% of our children below 12 years had the blood level above uh, 10 micrograms per deciliter. However, those who are above 12 years, because they were born much before, when they were not exposed to so much of petrol, none of us had cars at home or scooter at home. We were using cycles. The concentration of lead in the environment was much lesser. Therefore, some of us who are sitting here, who are 12 years as on March 2000, we are lucky. We are probably a little more intelligent. I always tell people if Einstein were to be born in India, he would not have got Nobel Prize. Now, the worst place was Delhi. Very high, they were using adulterated, they were using many kinds of things. Almost 65% of even those who were 12 years had the blood lead level above 10 microgram per deciliter. Okay, what is that? We have to identify the problem affecting the society, collect data, and make policy. This is what we are supposed to do. There's a beautiful statement by one scientist in 1817, almost, I don't know how many years ago. I tell you what she has said. If we want to judge of the interest excited by any medical subject, by the number of publications which it has given birth to, we could not regard the poisoning by lead as the most important to be known of all those that have been treated of up to the present time. In 1817, even today it is true. In the past, as early as 2nd century BC, lead was used by man. Historical records reveal that several parts of our civilization were affected by the uncontrolled use of lead. They all perished. Coming to water, you see, I love to travel. I am a part of adventure team. We traveled all over the country, visited most of the districts. We went to China by road. When we were traveling all over the country, we collected water, estimated lead. I tell you, some of the very high lead content in water are Delhi, Coimbatore, Madurai, Bhubaneswar, very high. Alarming lead was found in Calcutta, which is the capital of lead. Kochi, where all the trash comes from all over the world and they recycle. Of course, refining is there. Pune, refining is there. In Pune, because of a large amount of lead used for various purposes. Nagpur, Guwahati, these are the places. The municipal water is very high, the content is very high, almost 100% in Kochi. Now, how to address? It should be community study, it should be study taken by the municipalities, and many cities have taken it up. What is the correlation? If you look at symptoms, if I don't know, I want to ask you, you know how much lead you have in your blood? Most of you will say, I don't know. The next question, do you have lead in your blood? You may say, I have not measured, but if I measure, there is definitely some lead in your blood. What can it cause? There is no symptom as on today. You don't have headache, you don't have irritability, you do not have reduced sensation, you don't have reduced behavior, you don't have abdominal pain, you don't have appetite, there is no constipation or anemia. That means no symptom. No symptom is the symptom of lead toxicity. I don't want to call it as a poison because a poison kills immediately. Snake poison, but lead is not a poison. It's a toxic substance, and it slowly accumulates, and one day it has an effect, ill effect. Of course, additional complications are loss of developmental skills, loss of hearing. I tell you, now 80% of the lead goes into the lead acid battery, without which you cannot live, we cannot have a comfortable life. We need power storage. When power fails, UPS helps. This particular picture, I am not going into details. Whatever lead goes into the environment, whether it is through automobile, exhaust, battery, earth crust, paint, plumbing, All that goes into soil. From this, how do they go into the soil? The fine powder gets into the soil. When it rains, it takes into the deeper soil. And plants will accumulate, animals will drink that water, it gets into food. For example, the 6 crore population in Karnataka. Just a few months ago, we had a Ganesha festival. Every person, for every family, at least one Ganesha, 2 kilogram in weight. And earlier, we used to have a lot of painted Ganesha. Now, thank God we have unpainted Ganesha with our efforts. But still, there's a lot of painted Ganesha. After worshipping, we put it in water, immerse it in water. Then what happens? All the paint gets into water. The paint, about 2 kilogram being Ganesha, has about 180 grams of paint containing 12% lead, almost 22 grams of lead will get into water. That water, I and you don't drink. We drink water. And we don't give Bisleri water to buffaloes and cows, goat and sheep. They drink that water. They thank us. They give milk, flesh, which is loaded with lead. This is how it comes back to us. Now, no one should have blood lead level. In our country, as on today, more than 10 micrograms in deciliter. 5 microgram per deciliter is what we are aiming at, none in future. And what is the future of lead impact on our society is alarming. There was a policy to generate 12.3 gigawatt electricity with using batteries to store. All the batteries are purchased from many other countries like China. And in Ladakh, they distributed free batteries, solar panels. And about 5 years ago, today all the batteries are there. They don't know what to do. They're going to collect it and recycle it there, the entire Ladakh area in Leh and surrounding places. This is the problem we are facing. Students and researchers will be facing challenges with opportunities in days to come. Okay, now when we go to the global perspective, lead is Sarvantariyami. Every country has problem associated with lead. No country is spared by the impact of lead. It is irrespective of caste, creed, community, color. Lead has an impact. I would like to go into the WHO, World Health Organization some time ago, said over 120 million people are more exposed to lead. In that 99% of them are in developing countries like India and neighboring countries because poverty is the opportunity for business. All shipwrecking, battery breaking, electronic waste recycling is happening in these countries because there's a poverty. Poor people will accept any kind of this kind of job. Who gets affected? Children. I will tell you one instance, very interestingly, which happened in Lucknow. When a small boy was brought to us in a conference, that boy was carrying like a turkey towel on his back. That boy was very, 3, 4 year young boy. Could not stand, could not sit, could not walk, because the father was making battery in his house, and boy was playing there. He accumulated all the lead dust, and it has affected the boy's neurological system. And after doing chelation for almost 1 year, through National Medical College, King George Medical University. The boy recovered. Boy is all right now, studying, I think, some commerce, and he has come out of that. There is a treatment also. Like that common man. We are all common people. We don't know about lead. Nothing happened to me. Nothing happened to my family. Why worry? That is our attitude. In fact, I must tell you, a friend of mine is 3 grandchildren. Eldest is very intelligent. Second and third are dead. They attributed it to God. Oh, God has given me what to do. Not equal. It has so happened. The younger children were exposed to lead. Their IQ has come down. This common man has not understood what is that we are doing. We are eating lead. We are drinking lead. We are breathing lead. How do we eat? There are 3 routes actually. Lead to get into when we breathe. Environmental air. Where there is a lead, that lead gets into our lungs, gets into our blood, gets to various organs get deposited. It doesn't spare any organ. Therefore, metallic lead, particulate lead is inhaled to the lungs. Coming to the inorganic lead, what like, for example, lead chromate. Our turmeric powder is adulterated with lead chromate by unscrupulous people. We don't have checks and balances. And lead is used, lead acetate is used, organic lead, including in our food, like Chawnaprash. I tell you, we eat it and we drink it. And when we apply lead as cosmetics, like hair dye, I ask people, are you dyeing or dyeing? Hair dye gets absorbed by the skin. There are three routes. One is through the lungs, one is through the gastrointestinal tract, and organic lead through the skin. When it goes through the skin, it goes to the kidney. It damages the kidney. Today, middle-aged people have a blood pressure, level 1 or level 2, whatever it is. Blood pressure, one of the causes is any damage to the kidney. Lead damages the kidney. In fact, osteoporosis, especially women, before menopause, even before menopause, they develop joint pain, neck pain. When they sit, they can't get up. It's again because of something which interferes with calcium. The calcium is taken away. One leg can remove 1,000 calcium. We get lead through water, air, soil, dust, food, medicines. I will tell you something more about medicines. Milk also. The cow and buffalo drink the water containing lead, and that goes into the milk, and that milk we get, and that milk contains lead. The mother with high lead level in her blood, because he is working in the electronic industry, when she becomes pregnant, after she delivers, she gives the breast milk supposed to be the lifesaver. If that breast milk has lead, it's a killer of her own child. Absorbs when the bone accumulates. I tell you, when lead gets into the bone, it remains half of the lead will remain up to 45, 50 years. Till the half life. It takes long time to reach out. And due to hormonal changes, when estrogen level comes down after the menopause, the lead comes out, that causes osteoporosis and other problems. Lead in battery is the safest form of lead. Like gas in your gas stove is the safest form. But unfortunately, we have unfriendly recycling of lead. We handed over the lead acid battery to Kavadiwala. He gives it to more money. He bakes it. He makes lead pipes. In fact, there was an interesting case, and Bihari was working in one of the recycling units of lead, where more batteries were collected. They were breaking battery, taking lead, melting it, making pipes for the toilets. Toilet, because lead will not get corroded by the acidic urine. This man started getting a little more money. Then he married, and he had a small shed where in one corner his wife used to make chapati, and another corner he was making lead pipes by melting and cutting, melting lead. And during pregnancy, she accumulated all the lead, which went into her baby, the fetus in the womb. After she delivered, the baby had several conversions. It was brought to me. And 3 months young female child, 3 months young female child had several conversions. And we wanted to measure the lead content. The child looks at me and smiles at me. I felt like taking the child, took the child in my arm. Beautiful, very good, very nice child, 3 months young baby, looking at me, smiling at me. Technician came, did the heat prick, took a small drop of blood, and he asked me, "Kitna time lagega, sir? How much time it will take?" I said, "Just a few minutes, you will get the result." In the meantime, before the results came, he was searching in his pocket, pant packet, shirt packet. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I want to pay." I said, "You don't have to pay." This fellow without couple, without chapel, had walked all from Nimans to St. John. And I told them, "Don't worry about the money. Let us first see what is wrong with the blood." In the meantime, they got a very powerful conversion. It was like an earthquake in my hand. And it became still. I knew it was not. The doctors, nurses came and said sorry. When doctors or nurses say sorry, you know what it means. The baby was dead. I could not hand over the baby to him or keep it on the table. Report came. How much was the lead? 69 microgram in 100 ml. Such a small quantity killed the child. And that man said, "Result has come. My child will be all right." I said, "Your child will not have any problem because it is no more." He understood, cried. We all shed tears. It was around 12 o'clock. Somehow we consoled. I went home to have my lunch. My wife had come from the bank. Served me food on the plate. I could not eat. I could not eat. With the same hand, I was holding the child, which looked at me, smiled at me, died in my hand. She said, what happened? I narrated the entire story. She asked me one question, which I am going to ask you. Are you to your parents out of choice or by chance? We are all born to our parents, not by choice, by chance. That unfortunate child was born to the parents out by chance. Your daughter, granddaughter could have been there. That child could have been your child or a granddaughter. Unfortunately, millions of people are. There's a garden in Calcutta called Picnic Garden. You must go there to see this in the picnic garden. They have dumped all the lead oxide, lead acid batteries. Excellent Oxide is a company which is called Exide, Excellent Oxide. You see the name here. They are preparing lead oxide for various purposes. It is a mecca for the country. There is a storehouse of lead, picnic garden. And I told you poverty is an opportunity for business, unethical practices and lack of awareness, lack of adequate policies. When World Trade Center collapsed in US, lot of things were shipped to India. It was somewhere near Chennai, Bihar or Chennai. People brought copper wires, that wire, this wire, electronic parts, and all these people started wanted to collect copper or some other precious metals like silver, gold, and their hut was having a chimney of 18 meters as per the pollution control board norms to get a license, but smoke was not coming out of the chimney from the sides. And the cost of lead poisoning, of course, in India is almost more than 600,000 crores every year, budget of two Jharkhand states. Because cost of why? Because if we had not introduced unleaded petrol in 2000, that was a miracle which happened because I got a letter from World Bank. If developing countries do not introduce unleaded petrol by 2003, no more World Bank. It happened. By March 2000, all over the country, all petrol bunks had unleaded petrol. Now, that was the greatest achievement which saved in children's IQ, millions of children IQ. Cancer, kidney damage, cardiovascular diseases in adults, it saved. Now, if the situation had continued by 2020, when these children were adults in the productive age, to do 4 hours work, they would have taken 8 hours. Economic damage would have happened. I tell you, this is in the church, world churches in the Mysoreans. We go to the church and see the color glass was joined by the lead, stained glass heart. Lead in petrol, thank God, it is not lead-free petrol, it is unleaded petrol. And other cognitive functions, reading, disabilities, hearing disabilities, how the tooth lead will reflect, the entire lead will reflect about reading disability. It's very simple. When the wisdom tooth falls, you collect it and just estimate lead and you know what will be the status of learning abilities and capabilities. And of course, as the lead level increases, the IQ comes down. This is a beautiful study. Throughout the world, many people have studied as the blood level increases. I will try to move my cursor. As the blood level increases, the IQ comes down. IQ falls. IQ comes down. This is the beautiful study. I told you Einstein wanted to be born. I don't know how many of us missed a Nobel Prize here. This boy, very interesting boy. Are you able to see this boy on the slide, please? One of you can respond to me. Am I audible to you? Hello, are you able to see this boy next to the scooter?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. This boy.
Thanks, yes, sir.
Thank you. This boy, bright boy, look at his eyes, very bright. He was in Chandni Chowk area in a battery repair shop. And he had lost his mother and father. They were in the same profession. He was working for one uncle. And when I saw him, he was very sharp. I thought I'll bring that boy to Bangalore to educate him because somehow this boy attracted me. And after about few months, I went there with my wife to the same place to find that boy was not there. I asked his uncle, who is the Chetan? His name was Chetan. He said, oh, Chokra, that boy, oh my God, he died. One night he complained of abdominal pain. Nobody took him to the hospital. And the next day morning, he was no. Let's look at another child. We lost that little baby died. This boy died. I don't know how many. If you open these some stretches up to the other side of Bangladesh, there's a place called Silchar. You must go to Silchar. Every shop sells leg beads. When a female child is on the first year birthday, the poor man puts the left bead where the rich man puts the gold or silver bead. The child, poor man's baby choose that lead. It's sweet in taste also. And they become Buddhas, not Buddhas. It's a terrible thing to waste a child. This is the statement I made. I tell you, it is near Theatre Garden. So if anyone of you is living in and around that area where there's a battery repair shop, there's a bakery, and the bakery products are very high lead content. Professor Scott Clark is here, Mr. Patsat is here, he's a relative to our Kodanram, and Scott Clark passed away 3 months ago with his wife, and we measured the lead content in the soil, the water, the children studying in the school. In fact, there is what is called arsenate of lead. Such why they are used in the paints. But if the tap is leaking, plumber will come, put in thread in this white paint. He will wrap it around the thread, and when the leakage stops, but lead gets into water. Now, coming to the yellow. Yellow paint has the highest amount of lead. School buses are painted yellow. Unfortunately, even what we call the eco-friendly green, that contains lead. Some of the school buses paint, yellow paint has 40,000 ppm, 40,000 ppm. Now, why should we paint buses with yellow with lead? Now, lead safe paint has come thanks to many paint industries. Now, we have now safe lead below 90 ppm. 90 ppm is very low. The Bureau of Indian Standard had recommended up to 1,000 parts per million. Now we have 1,000 parts per million, 90 parts per million. The playground, children go and play. Wherever they have, that crossbars, they are all yellow painted. Now, where did this yellow color go? It must have gone to the hand, to the mouth, hand to mouth activity. See, all this yellow. In fact, they should have painted this red and this one yellow. It would have saved some children. If plumbing is a cause of a fall of civilization like in Roman Empire in the past, lead-based paints is a cause of lots of intellectual ability. All over the world, today, tomorrow, I had given it to UNESCO, they have published it. Historical usage of lead, of course, from 3,500 BC till today, we have been using lead and we are losing, we are not gaining anything. Lead accumulates in bone, teeth, and nail and hair. Anyway, lead accumulates in the body and leaches out. This beautiful building in China, in a Zhejiang province of China, was completely destroyed because the people there had high blood lead level. Some of them died, and people, agitated. And I found it our lead acid battery industry, funny sort of place, in a very poor situation. Great public health man said lead poisoning remains the most common societal devastating environment disease of young children. It will continue. These are some of the cases our students published. Lead poisoning as a result of infertility treatment by herbal medicine. And this was another paper. Lead in drinking water should not be more than about 10 micrograms per liter. I don't know. Nobody, if you buy a water bottle, they say carbohydrate zero, protein zero, and fat zero. I think they should put all that in liquid like panakam. But why can't they check and say lead zero, mercury zero, cadmium zero? They don't do that. They should do that. We should demand for that. Unless we demand, we don't get. In South Canada, during the Ulivesha, Dashara time, they paint their body. They have painted their body like a tiger. Look at this backside of the Dashara and Navaratri, they paint, and they all suffer from lead toxicity. Okay, now, children, play. Thomas Train, paints contain lot of lead. This is the color. What are the toys children suffer? Look at this. More expensive, more lead. It comes from many countries like China. India also makes this. An innocent child puts it in the mouth, and this child suffers from lead toxin. It's 100% preventable. We have lead test kit. You can measure the lead. Suppose the lead goes up in the blood, we can bring it down with chelation. Medicines are there. But we can't reverse that loss of intellectual ability. That is the thing. And in fact, we analyzed most of the toys. I'm there with this machine, and they published in one of the leading papers in a week, and it brought a lot of changes in our society. And the program we check, we give a certification as a quality play environment for children, QPEC, which was designed by Professor Shashidhara. He also created a leader program, lead awareness program to teach teachers, train them and make them leaders, lead educators. They train the children. And of course, this is the instrument which you use to measure the lead content of toys and the time, whatever it is. We do that. And this is a beautiful instrument. And we do use spices like turmeric, masala powder, sambar powder, rasam powder. You bring it just something like 200 rupees per sample, where outside the chat 2,000 rupees. We do it and give you. And of course, hazards are women become sterile, abortions, stillbirth. These are all the problems. And this part I will briefly tell you. In India, for over 2,000 years, we are using herbal medicinal practices. Unfortunately, unscrupulous. 80% of our Indians are using, 1 billion population uses this herbal medicinal practice. And we measured in US the medicine sold, Ayurvedic medicine sold, containing lead, mercury, arsenic, and levels of lead in Indian medicine. I don't want to call it as Ayurveda. Some other jari and other medicines. Saptamrita, Kesha Guru, Tripura Guru, Gasala 16,000 microgram per gram, and Chavana Prasha 7.3, and Deshi Goha 1,200, Brahmanita 27,500, and this is the lead content in some of our medicine. Go to the Middle East Asian African medicine, henna. Henna is a plant product, but to make your hair black in color, they add lead to this. That becomes hair dye. Every hair dye has lead. And Sivajin, tooth powder, contains lead. This is in Middle East, Asia, African medicine. Chinese medicine, if you want 100% pure lead, it has 1,000 milligram per gram, nothing else. It is used to, stop hyperactivity. What was saying? But if to hyperactive child, it is given, child will die, no activity. Of course, these are all Chinese medicine. Levels in Mexican, Central American medicine, it contains lead 95%, 97% for these symptoms. I tell you, all over the world, lead is used in some form of traditional medicine. Why lead is found in medicine? Because accidental discovery, or make it tastier and make it more stable, may make heavier, so that they get more money selling less medicine at higher weight, higher price. Solution to all this: timely chelation, appropriate nutrition, laboratory evaluation, blood poisoning, all these are available. We have established in 74 centers in the country where these facilities are available at no cost. I tell you, future of lead, I very gloomy, and we need to act. We need to have lead safe environment. Lead free environment is not possible. And even Tamil Nadu, we have a vessel called Iyam, where they make rasam, which is very tasty, the Aingas. But Iyam is tin. It is, Iyam is tin, Iyam is tin, Kariyam is lead, and Beryllium is silver. People are using Iyam, and that was adulterated with the lead. People start getting lead toxic. And lead, like copper, is becoming essential micronutrient. One day, lead may be essential nutrient to all of us. Thanks to the language of life, thanks to alphabets of life, that is the element, grammar of life is the compound. Finally, thanks to all of you, as you are the life. Thank you very much. Friends, I'll stop sharing. We still have some time. We can interact. Let me see, where is that? I've stopped sharing. Let me open Webex.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
No, don't thank me. Thank lead, because of lead we are all together today.
I have a question, sir.
Please.
Sir, we know lead is there in many of the things what we use today. And how best we can, is there an antidote to avoid this lead, sir? Lead poisoning or lead something?
Antidote.
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 If your blood level is high, we have medicines called chelators. They are there. Chelators are there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we can.
Uh-huh. Sir, so today, just to avoid it and as a precautionary thing, can we have it, sir? Can we have any medicine like that, chelators or
I
something?
tell you, there are some natural chelators because we are getting lead every day. When you go to marriage party, they give you plate in which they serve food. The plate has a caterpillar's address which is painted that goes into your
Yes,
mouth. Okay,
yes,
polish, lipstick, many are from sources. What to do? You take lot of green leafy vegetables.
yes,
It
sir.
prevents absorption. Calcium prevents absorption of lead. Of course, vitamin C prevents absorption of lead. Now, once it gets into the blood, we can bring it out. Again, by chelation, like DMSA is the medicine, penicillamine is the medicine. There is no problem, but it's all expensive, unnecessary. That instead, avoid, understand. When you bring another demand, what is the content of the chili powder? What is the content of this turmeric powder? Have you added anything? I tell you, when you go to the vegetable shop, to make the vegetable look fresh, this fellow was dipping it in bucket of water. I was wondering that, how come this iron after 1 week, it remained fresh? I took that water and it is a lead acetate water. We added some lead acetate. And when lead acetate is there on the surface of the skin of the vegetable, no bacteria, no fungus, no growth.
Yes.
We have to do the problem. We have the solution. There's nothing to worry. We
Yes,
can
sir.
always.
Uh,
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other question, feel free.
Sir, this Ayurvedic treatments like Panchakarma or Virechana, do they help in detoxification
Yes.
of
Yes,
lead in our?
definitely. There are certain Ayurvedic practices which detoxifies lead. It's a wonderful medicine, I tell you. Our allopathic medicine may be toxic, but Ayurvedic medicine, it is without heavy metals like Basmas and Rasayanas, they're very good.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure our doctor, doctors who are here will agree with me. Our traditional medicine, your kitchen is at a pharmacy where you have pepper, ginger, cardamom, turmeric, and honey, everything. They are all used for some medicine or not. Children are coughing. The hippily, they mix it with some honey and give it to the child. Child is all right. They are all non-toxic.
Sir, how do you feel, or how much you feel successful in influencing government in bringing out policies?
$1 million question you are asking. I tell you, when I was the chairman of a committee in the Quality Council of India to get lead out of our Indian paint, I called all the paint industry chiefs, CEOs, secretaries. They all came for the meeting. And I told them, why don't you produce paints for domestic and decorative purposes where children's room is painted. We don't want lead in that. He said, we don't have technology. I said, don't bluff. You have technology. 91% of market share of your paint contains lead for Indian market. Remaining 9% what you are producing is going to Singapore and other countries. They will not accept if lead is there. Oh, it's expensive. I said, don't worry. We will pay more money to protect ourselves. He said, no, not possible. Then I told them, in fact, I bluffed, I tell you, because traumatized. I told them, our IAS officers are here, secretary from industry, commerce, health, and environment. They are now agree. I think will be something won't disclose it to anybody. Government of India has agreed to, in 2013. Government of India has agreed to import lead, import paint without lead. very low lead levels, below 90 ppm. And no duty, no tax for them, no customs. And it will be sold at lower price than your paid, and you will not be able to sustain. I want your industry to survive. Please think it over and come back. Next week, they all came, they will produce for domestic and decorative purposes, the paint with below 90 ppm. They did it. Gather notification was there. It happened. But we didn't know. When we go and buy paint, we go to the contractor, we try to buy the cheapest paint, and he buys all kinds of paint. You have to buy domestic decorative purposes paint, where on the container they should mention that lead content is below 90 ppm. It's happening. In the government, it's happening. I'm very happy to tell you. There are priorities, but this is also happening. We need your help. We are all intellectuals. We can recommend. Why should we buy pencil to your child, grandchild, which is painted? One name is written, is for writing, other name is for chewing. Can we have written finished pencil? Can you not do that? If somebody can send a letter to Prime Minister of India, saying, requesting to save our children's IQ, please advise wooden finished pencil, not painted pencil from the onwards. Can you not do that? Tell me. Can you not tell Lord Balaji Temple Trust in Tirupati? Don't put lead in stone slabs. Remove and put epoxy. I did it. Earlier, inside there are wells where they pump water to make the Tirupati Prasadam laddu. The lead content was so high because they put leads, fill and they were washing, all the water was going with lead into the water. Into well water, they were pumping and making not laddu, we can bring change. Change is required, inevitable. Forget about my talk. Look at the problem. We can solve the problem. This problem is 100%, it has a 100% solution to this problem.
How far
we might be retired. I think all of us are retired, but not tired. We can still continue to work and make this happen. I am 79 years now. I still continue to work. Tomorrow I'm going to Bombay. After tomorrow I'm going to Nepal. 15 days I'll be traveling by road in Nepal. Then I'm going to Delhi to give a talk on that in India Lead Zinc Association on 1st of December. Directly from there I'm going to Colombo for international lead meeting till 5th. I am not ready, I am not willing to take any rest. Let us work, let us make it happen.
So certainly you are an inspiration for all of us, and we are very fortunate to listen to you today, and seeing you also is a very rare thing. Any problem can be solved to great extent with substitutes. Is there any way to replace lead with something else? Any research is taking place?
Yes. Lead is used in soldering. Today, lead is not used in soldering. Tin and some other metal is used for soldering. Lead was used in writing pencils. Now lead is not used as graphite in carbon. Lead is used in lead acid battery. That is not a danger, that is not a problem. It's a contained, sealed lead. No problem. We should not sell it to the unscrupulous backyard smelter. They will cause problem. Every problem has a solution. If there is no solution, that means it is not a problem. We should not hand over our own battery, car battery or UPS battery to unorganized sector. It should be returned. They may give 100 rupees less. Doesn't matter. It saves our society. We have to be disciplined. We have to follow certain. There are guidelines. We need to follow guidelines. I must tell you, we are lucky in this country. We can get anything done. Like getting unleaded petrol, getting lead safe paint, like getting the traditional medicines, Ayurveda with a gold stamp, platinum stamp, because they are safe without lead, cadmium, mercury. We are really in a very nice country where we can bring any change. There are people willing to, whether it's a bureaucrat, whether it's a efficient policy maker, like a politician, they're all willing to do something. They may be doing some bad things, forget about that. Good suggestions were there. We have to convince them, we have to reach them. I think this Samprabha is a great platform to make a change.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure all of us, we are not, you know, we become restless if we cannot do some change, good change. Our life is over, but our children, grandchildren should have a safer, healthier life. They should be more intelligent than you and me. That can happen if we can create a good environment. One health, I call it one health. My health, your health depends upon environmental health, animal health, plant health. During my childhood days, I used to bring vegetable worms in that. Worms are alive. I was alive. Today we are growing vegetable, no worm is there. We have only pesticide, insecticide. Do you think we will survive? Healthy life? I think we need to sensitize common man. We should activate educated groups to bring a change in our system. Let us not work for money, let us work for some progress, let us work for some social benefits. All of us, we have enough money, food, shelter, we don't have to worry. We need to contribute, return. I tell you, there are 6 activities in life. Sorry, I'm taking too much time. 6 activities in life. We have to have control on all the activities. We can't have control on first and last activity. First and 6th activity, that is birth and death, we have no control. Between that, there are 4 activities. First one is as a small little baby, play. They say, I say, mat kero, control. Elders, we control children. After as the child starts growing to school, learn. Teachers control, parents control, we are under control, we learn properly, that's why we are here. After that, if the child starts growing further, after learn, on in right royal way, not illegal way. Self-control comes into picture. After that, at my age of 79, I can't play. My grandson says, go sit and watch. I can't. No school or college will admit me for a PhD. I cannot have nobody will give me a job. What is that I should do? Return back to the society, community, whatever I have learned, what I have learned. This is the age when we need to return. Before final return, Mahaprasthana, before final return, very soon, I don't know when, we won't carry the memory of me talking to any one of you. I won't carry your image. We have to return. Before that, under control, return to right person, not to a militant and then shoot our other family members. This is what we need to do. Therefore, I'm ending this my talk with a small philosophical thought, which makes us think. Me, Mr. Bernstein. Let's see. Thank you for attending my
Thank you,
session.
sir.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for giving us so the gyan you have given us, sir. Sir, how can we contribute like you, sir?
I don't know. And you please understand the problem. Together, let us sit and think. I will become a member of Samprabha. We will sit together. We'll see how we can get the commitment from.
Thank you, sir.
We could bring 80% of Ganesha unpainted in last 10 years. It happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bharatraj?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can close. We can thank.
Sir, I'm Jagannath here.
Please.
Sir.
I'm Jagannath here. I know Venkatesh sir since 1984.
Oh my God. Where did we meet? Please pardon me.
When he was running a Spark Club at Jayanagar.
I know.
Jayanagar Sports.
In Jayanagar Sports Club.
I'm
yes.
Jagannath from ISRO, sir. I hope you remember.
I know. I remember.
Nice to see you have joined, sir.
No, actually, I must profusely thank Narayan Swami, sir. He is my great facilitator and motivator. Venkatesh sir, I can tell you, he was doing such a wonderful work in Jayanagara 4th block sports stadium. He used to keep geology survey maps, and we used to collect the survey map and go to different destinations. One was St. Joseph's College students, 50 of them, and about 10 of ISRO. And we went day and night trekking. And that time, sir, I want to reveal one truth you told, which is a secret. That is, if in the villages, students start using their, urination for banana plants, they can grow banana very well.
I have the banana.
Such an ecological engineering concept he told in 84. And in Banerghatta, we used to have nature camps and Maralwadi, so many places. Sir, many, many thanks, sir. The same topic you're continuing. I am now retired in ISRO and I'm pursuing my postdoctorate. And I got your number and email. I'll be in touch with you, sir.
Please, please. You are most welcome.
Thank you for joining, sir. I think,
sir, I'm a part of WHO as an infodemic manager. And John Hopkins and WHO, I want to take your help, sir, and guidance.
Sure, we will do that.
Sir, many, many thanks for inviting me, sir.
Thank you, sir. You are always part of us.
Oh, so great. You can consider me as one of your community member. Nasin is my, is a heart of my, pulsates.
I think Dr. Radhakrishnan, sir, is also there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Dr. Rajanikanth.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We have got a wonderful session now. As I already know about you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Sir, so kind of you, sir. It's blessing. Your presentation was so historical. You have really kept the spirit on. It's highly motivating us.
To all of us.
Thank you, sir.
To all of us.
Thanks.
Bharatraj?
Yes, sir. Friends, we have listened to a wonderful talk by Venkatesh, sir. So he has opened our eyes by explaining how we are eating, drinking, and breathing lead. So it is a awakening talk. And really, we are grateful to you, sir, for enlightening us on the toxic impact of lead in our day-to-day life. We can make out, sir, how much of dedication and devotion you have put into this subject in enlightening the society and awakening the society. And you are saving so much of lives from the bad effects of lead in our day-to-day life. I think you are using your brain in your laboratory and research and using your heart in enlightening the society, sir. So that way you are contributing both your head and heart to the betterment of the society, sir. We are very grateful to you for enlightening us and thank you very much, sir. Then I thank all the participants who have joined us today. And I thank our president and Rajanikanth who have taken leadership in conducting this event today. Thank you all.
Thank you. Good night to all.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Good night,
Good night,
sir.
sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.